Hello everybody, Tao Trader here. Hope you all had a great week and made some good trades. So in this video I'm going to go over the trades I took this week on gold and the Euro US dollar, and then go into a little bit in depth into the strategy I used to trade these, and then things I could have maybe done better and things I could have looked out for. So anyone who previously has been watching me knows I use something called the HPL, the high probability liquidity, which is basically a break of structure. It will be the major low that that break of structure came from. So as you can see here, I had it either this low or this low. Price kind of, well, I missed I missed this low anyway. So luckily, by the time I was looking at trading, we were just breaking this low. So let's have a look at what I did. So yeah, as you can see, I've got this level as my break of structure on gold, this level as my HPL. Now we see price came down through this level and then came up. Anyone who follows me on Instagram knows that even though this trade looks good and looks like it would have smashed my take profit, I closed with just over 1R. And then obviously with commissions and stuff like this, I got just under 1R. So let's dive into why I took this trade. So like I say, we had the break of structure here. And, you know, if people who use things like Fibonacci could have probably guessed that this is going to be a good level. Yes, but I used to use it as a compliment, but I just like to keep it simple now. You know, this is my chart. 2 lines, that's all I need. So let's go down to the hourly, which is my new. This is what I use for execution now. I don't like to go any lower, maybe to the 30 minutes for some confluence, but I just feel like I was taking too many bad trades on the lower time frames, so I've kept it even simpler. So yeah, price broke below this low, came through, printed a W pattern, down, up, down, confirmation. So there's the rejection, there's the confirmation. I entered. Initially, I was targeting this imbalance area here, and if I just held it, you know, I would have done well. I held through this into Tuesday, almost hit my take profit. I was a little bit upset, and when it came down to about here, I think about this point here, I closed the trade for just over 1R. Now the reason for this was, if we look at the Dixie, at the dollar, then we will see around that same time, price started to move away. It started to move away. So I thought, you know, it started to move up, back up to what I thought this was the rejection coming down. So as you know, if the Dixie's going bearish, then I'll be looking at the gold going bullish or the other way around. So I seen that the dollar was turning bullish again, which basically told me that that gold was going to start going bearish. And we got to about this point. I should have just held it and moved my stops to here. I didn't. I still got 1R, you know, that's 1% on a $100,000 funded account, if you work that out. So it's not a bad week overall. And I still had a trade on Euro US dollar that hits small profits, you know, less than 0.5R. Overall, good week, but not the best week. So yeah, I took this trade, cashed out around here. If I just left it go to where I initially wanted it to go, would have hit my take profit nicely. So in that sense, it was a good trade and I was right. But in another sense, I can see now my mistake, and which I will show you. So I was counting this high here and this being the break of that high. But then I realized that we came down back up to form a lower high. and then back down for a lower low. So technically, this should have been my break of structure, which would have been this level. So then my HPL should have been this triple bottom. And with that being said, I wouldn't have been able to place a trade yet. So next week, and here's some free advice for anybody, I will be looking at something like this and then entering off that. Um, Depending on structure, I'll probably be aiming for something like this. And that will be my trade next week, 2.5 hour. So yeah, my mistake was that I seen the break of structure being at this level here, and this being my HPL. Although that still worked because these HPL levels, they're fractal, they do work on they're just a liquidity level, so they're always going to have some kind of interaction and move away from them. But the reason I like HPLs and the reason I like this one is because, I mean, look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4 hits at this level. This is a nice level. So I think we're gonna, and I mean, look what's just below it again, an imbalance. Anyone who's been following me knows the 4-step, and this has everything. So this will be my trade for next week. This is what I'll be looking for. Overall good week on gold, over 1 hour or around 1 hour. That's not a bad week. It's not a loss. It's not break even. I made some money, so I'm happy with that. So let's go over to the euro and see what happened. Same thing again. I put it too high. I put my breaker structure too high. I had this level as my HPL and had this imbalance underneath. Now I didn't wait. I don't think I waited for a real rejection confirmation here. I think I got, because I'd already entered gold and that seemed to be going well. I think I maybe even entered this on a 30-minute. No, actually I remember I went down lower on this. Something I said that I wouldn't do anymore, but yeah, it looked too good to be true. I'm pretty sure that I entered here. Yes, I remember saying that my candle turned. I'll have to look on my MT4 if I want to exact, but I'm pretty sure it was this came down and then this came back up, and then stupidly before the candle had closed, I entered there thinking, yeah, nice. And then about this same time, these candles started printing, and I thought, yeah, I am the shit. This is going to be a great trade. And then I looked at the dollar and I thought, nah, this is not good. So I ended up closing the trade around there, I think. Not the best trading, but it was a profit. And luckily, it would have absolutely annihilated me if I had left it. I closed them both at the same time because I thought, well, if my idea for closing gold is right, then the euro is going to do exactly the same thing. The euro did do what I thought it was going to do, and gold happened to go up before it came back down. So, I mean, I was unlucky on that sense. But, like I say, overall, good week. Just over 1 hour in total. Over $1,000 made into my account. So, yeah, I hope that helps. On euro US dollar for next week, I will be looking at. So, again, I had my bias wrong. I think this is the real break of structure, and I think this is the real HPL. So next week I will be looking at price to head below this level. Something similar to what I'm seeing on gold. This would be nice. And then I would enter a buy. Stops below the lowest part of the confirmation. and a nice 3R there. That's what I'll be looking for on Euro US dollar, and that's what I'll be looking for on gold next week. Hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.